G'day folks, and welcome to Cinema Australia. My name's Matthew Eeles, and today I'm joined by Aaron Pedersen, who's here to talk about his new film Killing Ground. Thank you for joining us.
No worries, Matthew, thank you.
So we've all read the synopsis for the film, we all know what it's about, but can you tell us in your own words what it's about from your character's point of view?
I suppose I played the character of German, Scottish Shepherd, German Shepherd, that's where his nickname comes from. And it's a non-Indigenous role. It was offered to me by Damien Power, the writer and director of the film. And it's about the relationships that people have and the cycle of violence within particular areas of the country, especially where this one's set. It's a camping ground, and its previous situation that had existed there was it was a massacre site. So there's and of most recent that has been turned into a tourist attraction. So it's a camping ground, thereby not respecting what had taken on in the past. And for me, the character becomes infected by the sickness of the land, and through that the character becomes sick, and he carries out some heinous crimes in relation to a family that's camping there and a new group that turn up for New Year's Eve, and their worlds collide in such a massive way that so for me it wasn't just the madness of the film, it was just the behaviour of human beings and how we seem to forget things that may have existed before. Yeah.
The film had a very successful festival run, both overseas and at home. Were there any interesting reactions from any of the audience members?
Yeah, look, I mean, I only got to see it about 2 months ago because I never had a chance to. And I was watching it with a friend, Rocket, and he said, "Oh, you got me on the edge of a seat, Azza. Oh, you don't be telling me what's going on." But the main reaction I get is most people are like, "You're a little bit scary there, Aaron." And I'm like, don't worry about it. It's just a character, And it's not that I actually intentionally went about playing it in that nature. It's in the dialogue, it's in the body shape and movement, it's in the storyline, and I've just played it as natural and as organic as I possibly could. And I didn't mean for that to be the overall empowering thing, and that is the characters are quite dangerous and scary. He's a bit of a sociopath because everything's a matter of fact. But because I didn't choose to approach it, the madness of it, I believe I was able to find the essence of the human, and then from that, he's infected by the poisonness of the land.
Yes, yeah. I heard a story that Aaron Glenane was approached by a police officer at one of the screenings. Did you
probably,
hear that one?
Yeah. No, I haven't actually given to see it with Azza.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Apparently one of the coppers said that you guys nailed it.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good to hear.
So you've done a good job.
Yeah, no, we did, yeah.
So director Damien Power had a very clear vision with what he wanted to achieve with this film, and it was his first feature film. Can you tell us a bit about working with him?
Look, Damien, at first time I'd really met him in relation to him being an artist and stuff. I'd never seen any of the short films or anything he'd done before. He sent me the script through my agent. I read it. The role was an offer. I said yes immediately because it was nice to be on the other side of the law rather than playing coppers all the time. Not that I have a problem with it, it's just... And I went, yeah, of course. And then we met. We had a luncheon and we hung out and we just talked normal family stuff and did wardrobe fittings and stuff. And so we never really went mad about discussing the depth of the character or the storyline. It was just something that was really quite relaxed. And Damien Power's a very relaxed man. He's got some great visions. He's, he's sensitive. He's a very intelligent man. And for me, he's very creative. Like, the script is written the way that it's been edited in a non-linear sense.
Yes.
So even I, as a reader of the script, was, taken by the fact that we were doing something that I had never really seen done in Australia.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous non-linear piece was Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful setup, that is. I'd never seen it done in Australia, so for me it was refreshing to read a script of that nature, yeah.
Right. All right, well, let's take a look at a clip from the film.
You're following me.
Hey, listen, you got any more photos on that phone?
No.
Let me see. Come on, I just want to have a look.
Shepherd and Fowl. Got any ladies? Went to the toilets together.
Oh, shouldn't you be on duty, Constable?
Plain clothes. Got another complaint about Banjo.
From who?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I put a fence in. He doesn't run away anymore.
Yeah, it's the barking.
Dogs bark.
Listen, I said I'd have a word. I've had a word, okay? You don't want them taking out a nuisance order. Have you boys made any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah.
What are they?
Well, I can't tell you, otherwise they might not come true.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Every year I resolve to do something about this, and every year it gets bigger. Yeah. Yeah, no, just in the toilets, you know. Anyway, Happy New Year, fellas. Start of trouble, eh?
Yeah?
Oh, there you go, folks. So you've played a good mix of good guys and bad guys throughout your career. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, look, I think just playing the roles. I've never really have a favourite one. I do have favourite projects and stuff like that. I think Mystery Road was a great project, followed by Goldstone, and even this Killing Ground's been a great project to work with Damien and even Ivan Sen. From a TV point of view, it was The Circuit. Look, I like working with good people because, you know, that for me just enhances the projects tenfold.
Yes.
I've never been one to want to work with people that make it hard or that it feels like there's a bit of a grind involved in it. I just love the fact that we can make contact with great people and beautiful people in the world and obviously make art together. I mean, I love artists, no matter what form they come in. We're voices for the world, we're mirrors, we reflect society in a lot of ways. So, and we put up a lot of questions and we give people a lot of answers. So, for me, that's a job that has a great sense of responsibility with it because you inform, empower, and educate along the way, Matthew.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so it's artists are for me they're the monuments of the world. I think in a lot of ways.
Yeah, great answer. Great answer.
Thank you.
So you're currently filming the Mystery Road TV series.
Yeah.
Are you filming that at the moment?
Well, I went up and did a shoot just on the weekend, last
Okay.
weekend,
Great.
to set it up.
Yeah.
In Kununurra, and I go back on the 28th,
Oh, good,
and then I'm into
good.
it for about 3 months. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you know, we've got Judy Davis and Colin Friels. And,
So what can you tell us about it?
well, it's the world of the new Mystery Road TV series is set between the two films.
Right.
So the last shot of Mystery Road and the first shot of Goldstone,
Yes.
there's a chasm
Yes.
of things that happen.
Yes.
And so we're exploring that nature. And there may be a second series involved in it, so we're pushing for it. So then you'll get to see what happens to Jay along the way, and then we end up at Goldstone.
Okay. In my opinion, Detective Jay Swan is one of the greatest Australian film
Thank you.
characters of all time.
Thank you.
Is he the type of person that stays with you when you're not in the role of
Yeah, look, I love him. I think he's a great believer in doing the right thing in the world, even under difficult circumstances. I loved him in Mystery Road because he was being truthful to what humans should be doing with each other, and that is caring for each other. And in Goldstone, when he went looking for the young Chinese girl, the mother was, you know, in pains about and at a loss with, and you know, he finds her in such a sad circumstances. But for me, that's the right thing to do. And his life wasn't necessarily in great shape, but here he was out there trying to take care of the good things. You know, I initially approached Ivan about how I was going to play the role. He wrote it for me, and I said, look, you know, for me, he's a middle ground between myself and Ivan in a lot of ways. And Ivan didn't say anything to that, and I was always thought, no, well, maybe he wasn't really, you know, interested in how I was going to approach it. But then I read an interview where he said somewhere that I had based it on the middle ground of myself and the middle ground of him. I said, look, I'm the dialogue and you're the silences, which is exactly what it is. And from that, I just was able to find a well-rounded character that spoke with all his silences. And when he did speak, he had conviction and all that with it too. So I'm a bit like you. I do love the presence of the man. Yeah. I do love the sense of the man, and I do love the approach that he has with the world. Yeah. He's a good man, you know, and it's a great pleasure to play a character like that because, you know, he honestly just focuses on doing the right thing. Yes. And that's a good thing, I think, for the world, yeah.
Beautiful. So I was excited to learn recently about a new initiative called RAW, which is backed by Lee Purcell and Wayne Blair for young Indigenous filmmakers. What encouraging advice do you have for young Indigenous filmmakers who are looking to break into the industry?
Oh, look, for me, I think, you know, you've got time on your hands. There's still a lot of avenues that need to be explored, and you just, if you've got, you know, the creative juices and the drive and the want to get stories out there, then just, you know, live your dream, follow your dream, because for me, that's how people start to heal and how groups and cultures and even countries become united and stronger, because I believe that we have a sense of responsibility in relation to re-educating, re-informing and re-empowering the nation from the young perspective, and to, you know, to further you know, push forward with the great sense of unification and understanding, and to be a mature nation, which is how we want to be, but to have pure ownership of how the past has been and where we're going to end up in the future. And that, for me, is why I say to young Indigenous filmmakers, or all filmmakers of all cultures, is, you know what, if you got something to say, and get out there and say it, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, thank you very much for joining us.
worries.
Really appreciate it. We're going to leave you now with the trailer for the film, and don't forget that Killing Ground is in cinemas from August 24. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Smile.
Sure you don't want to come?
No thanks.
Okay, see ya.
Hello? It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much how I remember it, except for the tent.
There's plenty of room. We can set up over here. This isn't right.
There were people here earlier, and they're heading out to the falls.
Need help, quick! Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
You have to help us.
We found this boy. Where's his folks? No sign of him. There's just this car and a tent.
Maybe they got into trouble.
You gotta make the most of your opportunities.